Welcome to the Monday edition of the Brownwood Lions Coaches Show here on KOXC. I am Derek Stuckley, joined by Brownwood Lions Athletic Director Mitch Moore. And we're upon a new week here. We've got some chilly temperatures on the way, but this past Saturday we had some very nice weather for the James Crow Baseball Alumni Game.
Tell you, the weather was nice on Saturday, and I thought a good crowd came out, and good number of alumni. It was fun to watch. I think maybe our oldest player was Gene Brandsetter.
I think so.
But he bounced one out.
He did.
He got a ground rule double, so Gene can still swing a bat. Because that's the closest thing to winning is that. So it was a great day. The weather was so nice, and compared to what we're about to get. I was glad that it was a nice day because I think a year ago it was we had to cancel one day and then reschedule, and then it wasn't quite as it was a cool day, so it was good. Of course, the Crow family is special to Brownwood and to Brownwood baseball, and again, everything that they raised on this past Saturday, plus what they raised during throughout the year, will go back to a Brownwood High School graduating senior in a form of a scholarship, and so. And it's great that we can remember James and honor his legacy through that scholarship, and appreciate all that came out, appreciate all that bid on an auction item, purchased at the concession stand, and all that will also donate to that scholarship fund throughout the year. So again, a good shout out to everyone that came out and did that, and the alumni that came and played. Wide range of ages, and it was a good game, and the alumni won.
That's right. Yeah, we had enough that it was alumni versus alumni.
Yes, and so that's good. So
and, they got a chance to see what the new Morris South Hall field looks like.
So I think facilities are great, and excited. A lot of them were excited to see that and in person and get to play on it. So it's a good day, and good cause.
Definitely. And, of course, we had some other sports that took place over the weekend. You want to let everybody know about that?
Well, both girls and boys soccer were in Gatesville. The girls came away with a win, I believe it was 8-0 versus Gatesville. The boys lost a tough match, 2-1. A good game, a good match. I know I coach soccer, and I probably call it a game too. But good match, but a tough loss. But both competed well, and sets up for a matchup on Tuesday night with the Yellow Jackets, and so both teams will be at home on Tuesday night. I'm kind of getting ahead of that, but just we're making some adjustments to the schedule due to weather, so we can talk about that now. You may go ahead. Okay, girls soccer varsity will start at 4 o'clock, and boys varsity will start at 5:30. So we'll bump those game times up, and that'll be at Gordonwood Stadium. The JV is going to play on City Field number 11. I don't know where that is, but it's right across the parking lot.
Yeah.
And the JV boys will play at 4 o'clock, and the JV girls will play at 5:30. And so we bumped everything up to try to get in before the cold temperatures hit Tuesday night. So I'm glad we're going to get both those games in. We're also able to get the JV in. Thank you to the city and Roland Soto for helping us out with a field and getting those done earlier time. So thank you to the city of Brownwood for working with us on that.
Of course, you mentioned soccer. Of course, softball was in action over the weekend, too.
Softball had a good weekend in the tournament. They went 2 wins, 2 losses. They didn't get to play their 5th game against Breckenridge, I believe, because I think Breckenridge's pitcher took a shot to the face or something and they had to withdraw from the tournament. But I believe we beat Peaster and Waco University and lost to Boyd and Keller Fossil Ridge. So good work for the Lady Lions this weekend, and they will be heading over to Coleman, I believe, on Tuesday. And that's going to actually, I think they've switched that up a little bit too to the weather, and we're going to start the varsity at 4 o'clock, get that game started, and then the JV will start immediately after the varsity game. But again, the varsity will play at 4 first, softball versus Coleman in Coleman on Tuesday night.
Okay. And then, of course, we talked a little bit about baseball already, but they start their season tonight.
Yeah, they got a season opener against San Angelo Lakeview. And so I've got down 4 o'clock JV and 6 o'clock varsity game at Moore Southwell Field, and also we've got JV white team going over to Early tonight as well to play early in a game over there. I think that one starts at 5 o'clock. But good night for baseball. I think the weather's going to be pretty good tonight.
A lot better than the rest of the week.
A lot better than Wednesday. You will be able to park in the parking lot off Magnolia. The address is 2001 Magnolia. I will try to get out there today. I will, and get some cones and some flags up so we can create a little drive around, because it's made to, that you can come in on one side and circle around and park on the other side. So got it on my agenda to get out and put some cones and some flags up temporarily. That will be paved when the weather gets warmer. We'll have to be able to get it paved and striped. Every entrance is from, I don't know what side that is anymore, but it's a straight run in the gate, and the sidewalk goes straight to the new facility. So
it's the opposite side of where it was before.
Yes, it's not on Good Shepherd, and so all access is right there. There's a drop-off. We have it coned off if you need to be dropped off right at the gate, and you can be dropped off right there and then take the sidewalk to the stands. And so that will be the nice to be parking in a parking lot and not on the street and crossing in between ongoing cars.
Definitely,
So come out to the baseball field tonight. Like I said, it may be one of the nicer evenings for weather.
Well, speaking of baseball and softball and weather, we have a couple of tournaments here scheduled for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
And so you figure that it would be raining too, right? Because usually it's...
Well, we have turf now. That doesn't matter.
that's true. So that threw that out. So, yeah, it's always turns really cold when we host a tournament, doesn't it? Or a track meet.
Yes.
But it's exciting. This is the first year for the Lady Lions to host a tournament, and they're in conjunction with some other Brown County schools, Early and others, same as baseball. So it's a good thing that we can host a tournament and stay in town and get to play on our new facilities and kind of showcase those out this weekend. So I know the schedules are out, but I think they're also, I don't want to talk about them times and everything, because I think they may get adjusted due to the weather. And so it's better to wait probably till Wednesday to get more accurate information. Games will be played, but they may not be able to start as early if it's 15 degrees.
True.
So we'll get a little further into the week and nail down those games and game times and locations. I think softball may utilize some city fields as well. And like you said, though, our facilities now, we used to be the first one to, if anything happened, we'd have to run away from our baseball field for sure on water. But now we've got where we're good.
Even had a baseball scrimmage got moved here last week.
I know, that was it. Yeah, exactly. A little rain, mist, and we were able to say, come on and host on. So that's exciting for us, and I'm excited for our kids to get to play on those facilities. And so those that came out and got to take a look at it, I think the alumni probably were some of those that just graduated, that just recently played. Mr. Branster, he played a long time ago. Who knows what he played on. So like me, we played at the city parks. But some of those ones, they was exciting to see, and they
maybe a little jealous.
Yeah, a little bit, just a little bit that wasn't done for them. But
well, as far as the softball tournament, you mentioned it's the first year. I guess, how did it come about to decide to host a softball tournament?
Coach Mingia talked to me in the spring about hosting and what I thought, and I thought it'd be a great idea. I mean, it saves us a travel day or a weekend, and so you get to play at home. And she kind of came up with the idea, visited with some coaches in the county, in the area, and they got it all worked out and developed and got it on the schedule. So it's kind of her deal to start that, and we sure wanted to support that, as we have with, our Holiday Classic, and the city, takes care of that, but in conjunction with the school. And so now baseball, and now we've got softball adding to it. We also started, if you remember, in the fall, we hosted a volleyball tournament, kind of again, the area-wide tournament. So that's good. We're going to host some and get some schools to come see us, and we're not always traveling. And then, of course, we we host the Blue Bond Relays, which we won't this spring, but we'll get those going again next year. So I think that'll, and we're also, I mean, while we're talking about hosting, we're going to host the district tennis tournament in a month or so. We'll talk about that later on, but that's exciting too, because we got the new tennis facility, and we will host the district tournament. I think that's good. So we're kind of getting into, we can host a little more and feel good about getting to be able to play everything, get it in, as long as, you know, even with weather issues.
Yeah, definitely. And well, speaking of tennis, I know they're back in action Friday at Lampasas. We think right now.
This is the way, though, if it's not too cold to play tennis, I mean, that they play in some miserable conditions sometimes too.
Yeah.
Kudos to those kids for playing the cold. I mean, it's got to be
definitely. And then same
rough.
with soccer. They're supposed to play Friday. Girls here.
Mm-hmm.
Boys at Lampasas starting the second half of district.
Right.
We'll see what their schedule looks like between now and Friday.
Will be, and that's crazy. We're through the half of soccer already and about to restart. So, but it's moving fast.
It is. Well, ask you any updates on the football situation?
Yes, we'll be starting the process of looking for a new head football coach. That job will be posted sometime this week, and we'll move forward with that process.
Okay. I know yesterday a lot of the local kids or high school kids were selected to the FCA All-Star Game, or the Big Country FCA All-Star Game. Guess just talk about that a little bit.
Yes, they had their annual luncheon and reveal, and so we can make sure we got all the names for that, and we can talk about those kids on Wednesday. But a little different for Brownwood this year, we will be hosting baseball and softball, whereas in the past we have hosted the basketball tournament or the basketball games. So this will be new for this year. It's exciting. We're going to again get to show off our facilities, and then Coach Blake Sanford will be coaching in the baseball game, and so he gets to coach on his home turf, literally turf. So
there you go.
that's exciting. But we can we'll talk about those kids and who all's playing and what sports on Wednesday, and but know that we're going to be hosting baseball and softball this year, so a little different. And I think we got June 3rd around that time.
Yeah, I think June 3rd through 7th.
But so we can get some of those student athlete names out, and we'll honor them on Wednesday. But exciting for them that they get to participate in that FCA All-Star Classic weekend, or 2 weeks. We'll get good stuff going on all the different games.
Definitely. Well, is there anything else we need to mention today, sir?
I think the only thing else I had was we had a middle school track meet scheduled for Tuesday in Brock, and of course that got canceled due to weather. So middle school was ready to run and compete, and they'll have to wait another week. That one may not get rescheduled. So, and we can talk about track later in the week. I think the high school was going to Brock as well. That looks like it's going to get canceled, and then but they possibly could reschedule that for later in the week. We should know something midweek what's going to take place on that.
All right. Well, then we will call that a wrap for today's show. We want to thank our sponsors, and we will be back here Wednesday on the Brownwood Lions Coaches Show on KOXE, KOXE.com, and the KOXE app.